Oi, oi, bet number 7, AntePost for Cheltenham. Things are about to ramp up. We are 1 week away from Boxing Day. There's going to be some serious action over the festive period. Some of the grade ones are a better pointers towards Cheltenham than others. There's going to be lots of horses coming out doing bits, lots of markets moving. But for this one, right, again, it's my suggestion. I'm doing a bit of content. I'm doing a write-up for GG, so you can go and read the full article in there about eye catchers from the week, things to look forward to, and the bets that are in there. This would be, again, you'll see from stakings, this would be one that I fancy. I think it's worth betting. There are notable and fairly obvious risks attached. So not for retention purposes, to keep you waiting. Let's just crack straight on with it. The selection that I've put up and I've bet this week is Brecon Castle. Might be Brecon. Brecon Castle. I think it should be Brecon, shouldn't it? It's the Brookhouse horse. Won the listed bumper at Cheltenham last month. It's a horse that my old man really likes. There's another couple of good judges that have talked to me about this horse as well. But there's a bit of the bet in this horse that I'm hopeful, and I think that he looks like a much better prospect than he's actually currently sown. So that is potentially fabricated. It's potentially just imagined. However, the connections have mapped out an interesting path for this horse. They're going to go to Ascot in the listed bumper this Friday. You'll have to give £4 away to bumper winners like Celtic Dino and Captain Bellamy. I think he's got the beating of those horses. I definitely think that he had more in his locker than he showed at Cheltenham. Now, I don't want to be making excuses before he does anything, but Ascot is a fairly niche track where some horses don't necessarily like it. So Celtic Dino's got the benefit of having a run and a win there. I think this horse will be suited to anything, so I wouldn't make excuses on that front. But Ballyandy ran at the November meeting and won the listed bumper. Did come second at Ascot, went and won the bumper at Newbury, then went on to taste success at Cheltenham. Now, yes, I know it's a British trained horse for a champion bumper. He posted a couple of RPRs of 120 so far, which again would probably be not necessarily a negative, but would be a little bit short of what you would imagine for your typical bumper winner. Last year's bumper winner, A Dream to Share, did post 113 and 114 first time up. Obviously, they need to go in against some better quality to post big numbers. So, as I say, connections have mapped out the path for this horse. Ascot, the listed bumpers up next, but they've also said that they're probably going to go to the Dublin Racing Festival to race over there. That is unbelievably high regards to talk about a horse. Now, yes, I know plenty of you out there will say this might be fantasy. They're just trying to take advantage, or they're, I don't know, getting overexcited about a horse. I think there's lots to be excited about. And this is before they talked about those types of races with the horse. Now, the Cheltenham race, if you want to go watch it back, I wouldn't say he idled, but he definitely didn't do a jot while he hit the front, right? He still won. He hasn't been beaten. He's not like a dog like a Mr. Coffee that doesn't want to go past. He's a horse that's in front that, you know, it come and get me type attitude. A better horse might get some better out of him. So, all that said, I'm hoping that he will win at Ascot. I don't think all hope is lost as if he does get beat. Obviously, I'm hoping that he goes to the Dublin Race Festival and at least runs well. But obviously, if he went and won there, pie in the sky stuff. But imagine what sort of price this horse would be for Cheltenham. Now, yes, a very unconventional route, very unconventional type of horse. Willie Mullins bumper horses, he'll win loads of the bumpers over the festive period. And yes, there will be some decent performances that come out of those, and probably worthy champion bumper favourites out of those. But I don't want to be taking punts on ones that are shorter in the market that we haven't seen run yet. I think we've seen this horse twice in bumpers. I think twice we've seen that he's a very good horse. The 33s about him just seems a little bit too big to me. Given the fact that he's going to run at Ascot, hopefully we want to see him win. That means that price will contract. Like I say, I don't think all is lost if it does get beat. But I think they're doing that. They're sort of mapping out their route towards Cheltenham. And they're going to take advantage of the fact that they think this horse is very good. And I think he looks good too. So there's only so much really that I can sell this horse on. It is, as I say, a bit punty. Probably one of the riskier bets I've put up there. Now, from a price perspective, it's very much the same as Chapeau de Soleil. The fact that they were both 33s poke. Obviously, the risk with Chapeau de Soleil was he hadn't won a race yet. I was going under the impression that he would go and win. And then I've also pinned my colours to the mast of a particular race that he might go to. He could still go Ballymore. He could still go Albert Bartlett. That is the reason why these things are potentially factored into the prices. So like I say, Brecon Castle or Brecon Castle, however we're going to mention it, I think for me would warrant being, say, 20 to 1 or something like that at the moment. He's 33s. I think it's a fair enough price. We'll have a go before he runs at Ascot in the listed bumper. I also want to get him on the slip before that race, right? You could say you might want to sit and wait, see how he runs, and yes, take a slightly reduced price if he wins, potentially take the same price or a little bit bigger if he goes and gets beaten. With anti-post betting, right, you are going to have opinions on horses that will change through the season. That does not mean that you are right or wrong until the proof is made in March. There were bets on horses like Envoy Elan, even Bob Ollinger bets when Galloping de Champs fell, and Sam Crow, the likes in like a Turner's, that, you know, they flop during the season, but they do somehow manage to get the job done in March. So he is very much a horse of that mould where he could go and get beat at Ascot. There could be reasons behind it. He could go and get beat at Dublin Racing Festival, and yes, he could be trounced in March. But I would rather take the punt on him now, thinking and hoping that he's going to be a progressive, nice type horse, because I think he definitely has much more under the locker than he's shown so far. And at least the slip will be sat there for the rest of the season. Yes, you can bet top price 33-1 with your Betfair's Paddy Powers with the options of cash outs after. You potentially move it about in that front if you want, but he would be a sit, like sort of suck it and see type bet. Like, I want to sit on this ticket, I want to put it on. So there we go, slightly different one. Wouldn't be as enthusiastic, I wouldn't be as boisterous about it. Again, with all these bets, these are me putting them on. I have had the £25 on, you can see it in the thumbnail. I know it hasn't got the name in there. I won't edit this clip, I normally put them in there, but I'm sure you can trust me by now. He's a bet. I think he's a bet, but it wouldn't be one I'm as bullish about like some of the other ones that have been in here. But then staking comes into the play with those ones. I'm guessing you get the sort of feel from it. That's why I think it's important as well to talk about these as well as just do the written stuff, because you guys will get the emphasis from me of whether I fancy something or I don't. At the end of the day, right, I've bet it, which means I obviously like it enough to stick some money on it. Doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. And as I say, I could sit on it. I do understand that at the moment of me putting him up, it's even if I said he's a 20s poke, I wouldn't necessarily bet him at that, but like say I think he's a 20s poke, it's like a 4 or 5% chance that I think this horse goes and wins in March. We're getting 33s instead of sort of 20s, 25. So it wouldn't be huge value, which is why I've just had the 25 one. Yes, there are risks attached, but it's one of those that, you know, we like to get stuck into a few, and I do think this is one to get stuck into. So I say stuck into, you know, with relative stakes, I just mean it's one to bet, right? Again, I'm getting stuck into the romance of some of these, which can be good, can be bad. We had a good turn with Ballyandy, one of these, where we had a similar vibe and feel from similar people. We'll talk about it as well. Q Card's a long way back, but we had a guy that was a very similar thing as well, looked at a horse and just said, look, this was good. Sometimes you just get that sense of a horse, don't you? Yes, I agree it's pie in the sky stuff. Yes, there's big price winners. I've just chucked in there that, you know, we might have 10 of these bets, well, probably more. We'll have 10, 20 of these bets that could go awry, but I want to get it on. Anyway, I've waffled far enough. Have a good Christmas. I will be putting some content out with bets over the festive period. Be lucky. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments below if you, I mean, you probably do disagree, but if you think there's a better one for the bumper that I should be paying attention to, because at these prices, we can have a few darts, right? As I say, be lucky. Thanks for your guys' support, and we will speak very soon.